Hello learners, I welcome you all to the lecture series number 60, week 18, preparation of reports. This series is a part of your Financial Accounting BCom course code BCOC 131. Preparation of accounts is the last step in the computerized accounting. The beauty of this step is that you don't have to create anything, but whatever you have done in the first step, that is creating masters, and in the second step, that is creating invoices and vouchers, will be reflected in this step. Now let us discuss the preparation of reports. Tally ERP9 helps users to view different reports. You can assess the financial health and performance of the business based on these reports. As soon as the transactions are entered into the tally, the preparation of reports is done side by side automatically by the tally. Now let us discuss displaying reports. All crucial and important financial statements like balance sheet, profit and loss account, stock, summary, trial balance, day book, etc. all are created self by the tally software. User can reach to the transaction level from report by pressing enter key on the required item. You can also customize your reports as per your needs. Now let us discuss what are financial statements. Financial statements are those statements which help you in assessing the financial health of the business. That is, they reflect the financial health. They will give you a summary of all the business transactions for use by the various stakeholders. These stakeholders can be the creditors, the owners, the suppliers, the government, the tax authorities, the general public, or anyone. Financial statements include three things: balance sheet, profit and loss, and cash flow statement. Now let us discuss balance sheet in a detailed form. A financial statement that reports a business financial position as on a specific date. Balance sheet is made on the 31st of March of every year. Financial year starts from 1st of April and it ends on 31st March. So balance sheet is always made on the 31st March of the concerned financial year. Now what does balance sheet show? Balance sheet shows a balance between the assets and the liabilities. There is an accounting equation that assets will be equal to liabilities and capital. So it means that asset side will have all the assets, whereas liability will include the liabilities plus the capital, and the total of both the side, that is assets and liabilities, should be equal. Now how we can see balance sheet in Tally ERP9? You have to go to Gateway of Tally and under reports you can find balance sheet. If in general configurations you have set use separate menu for final account statement as yes, then you can view the balance sheet under reports. Within reports there is final accounts, and within final accounts you can find the balance sheet. On the screen you can see a balance sheet of Surbi Limited. There is a capital account, then there is a loan liability, there is current liabilities, and even there is a profit and loss account. Then on the asset side there is fixed assets and there are current assets, and you can see that the total of liability side as well as asset side are equal. Now if you look towards the right side on the vertical bar, F1 condensed. If you click on this, you will get the balance sheet in a condensed form. When you get the balance sheet in the condensed form, then F1 will display detailed. It means if you click it detailed balance sheet will be available. You can see as per your need whether you want a detailed balance sheet or you want a condensed form of balance sheet. Also there is an option that you can see the balance sheet on different dates. Suppose you want to see the balance sheet on 1st of May, the same will show effect on stock valuation on different dates also. Now this is the beauty of this Tally ERP9, that you are able to see the balance sheet on different dates during the financial year also. Since balance sheet is prepared automatically by the Tally ERP9. In manual form, you cannot see the balance sheet beforehand. It means you have to prepare the balance sheet if you want to see before 31st of March. But financially, if we talk about, balance sheet is always prepared on the 31st of March only. The balance sheet gets automatically updated after every transaction once it is recorded. So you can see in between also. Now next is the profit and loss account. It is also known as the income and expenditure statement. Now what is a profit and loss account? It is a financial statement which shows the revenues, cost and expenses for a specified period. It also gets automatically updated after each transactions and display information based on the primary groups. There are primary groups in the Tally ERP9. So all the information in profit and loss will be shown on the basis of those primary groups only. Now how to display or see the profit and loss account? Go to Gateway of Tally. Under reports there is profit and loss account. Again, if in journal configurations you have set use separate menu for final account statement as yes, then you can find it under the final accounts. View detailed profit and loss by using F1 detailed or in condensed form. On the screen you can see the profit and loss account. This is a detailed form. If you click on the right button panel F1 condensed, then it will be in the condensed form. You can see total is same on both the debit side as well as on the credit side, and the profit and loss is prepared for the period of same way as balance sheet. You can see profit and loss on different dates like on 1st of April or on 1st of May. For that you need to go to the period and enter the date. Then you will be able to see the profit and loss on a particular date. Now let's come to the third important thing, that is trial balance. Trial balance is a bookkeeping worksheet in which ledger balances are compiled into debit and credit column, and the total of trial balance debit and credit side should be equal. The main objective of preparing trial balance is to ensure arithmetical accuracy, as if in case you have skipped one transaction, still the total of trial balance debit and credit side will be same. So a trial balance is usually prepared at the end of the reporting period, or you can also prepare the trial balance in between. For viewing the trial balance, go to Gateway of Tally. Under reports you will find the trial balance. You can view the trial balance by using F1 detailed or in condensed form. On the screen you can see the trial balance, the name of the ledger accounts. Under capital head there are two ledgers, drawings and Subi capital account. Similar way, current liabilities has sundry creditors, fixed assets as building, furniture, plant and machinery. Current assets has opening stock, sundry debtors, cash in hand and bank accounts. Similarly, sales account has sales, leisure, purchase account group has purchase account. There are direct incomes, indirect expenses also. You can see that the total of debit side and credit side both are equal. In case if you are making the trial balance and the total of debit and credit side are not same, then you can put the difference under the suspense account for the time being, since you are in hurry to make the financial statements. But before financial statements you have to rectify the error, because of which there is a mismatch in the balance of the trial balance. Next important report which comes under Tally ERP9 is ratio analysis. It is a form of a financial statement analysis that is used to obtain a quick indication of a firm's financial performance in several key areas. It will help you in evaluating the firm's or business on various aspects. These aspects can range from liquidity, efficiency, profitability to solvency. You have categorization of ratios as short-term solvency ratio, debt management ratios, asset management ratios, profitability ratios and market value ratios. These ratios are automatically updated as soon as you enter the various transactions. You can see the ratio analysis report under the gateway of Tally. This is the ratio analysis report. You can see various ratios. There are two types. One is the principal groups and there is a principal ratios. Principal groups, working capital. Working capital is nothing but the excess of current assets over the current liability. There is cash in hand, bank accounts, bank overdraft, sundry debtors, sundry creditors, sales account, purchase account, stock in hand, net profit, and working capital turnover. Then there is a inventory ratio. Then there is a current ratio, quick ratio, debt equity ratio, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating cost ratio. Then receivable turnover in days, return on investment, and return on working capital. All these ratios will help you in understanding financially about your concern. You can judge the financial health of your business by looking at the ratio analysis. Now these are the basic reports. Tally also provides the report in the form of books and registers. Tally updates all your books, ledgers and registers as soon as the transactions are entered. Now the first book of account is Daybook. Daybook will display all the transactions which are recorded through vouchers, that is journal entries. It by default displays the last date transaction that are recorded for the business. If you want to see the transactions for a specific date, you can change the date. How you can change the date? You can see F2 date on the vertical button panel, or you can press F2 from the keyboard. A date field will appear in the center of the screen. You can write the date, and once you press enter, the Daybook on the particular date will appear in front of you. Now how you can see the Daybook? Daybook can be seen under display in gateway of Tally. You can see Daybook. Since we are running in educational mode, so all the entries have been done on 1st of April 2017. So it is displaying all the entries which we have done on 1st of April 2017. You can click on the particular entry and it will give you a more detailed form. If you want to see it in a condensed form, you can click on the condensed on the right hand side on the vertical button bar and it will be condensed. Here on the screen you can see a detailed form, that is contra voucher, cash and bank account are involved. What is debited and credited are also given with the amount. Now let us look towards the register. Purchase and sales register are maintained by the Tally ERP 9. These registers show the details about the purchases made and the goods sold by the firm or business, and it will also help the business in tracking movements of the goods. It can also display the purchases made in graphic form. For this you have to set the show graphs in monthly reports under general configuration as yes. Once you set this option as yes, all the purchases or the goods which you have sold will be shown along with the numerical form in the form of the graphs also, which is more easier to understand and comprehend. Now you can see purchase and sales register under account book under display under the gateway of Tally. On the screen you can see the sales register. In the month of April we have registered a credit of 4300 and then again there is a in May there is a credit. You can see in the bottom there is a graphical representation of April and May month of sales registered. If you click on the particular month, a detail will be given. Similarly, you can see the purchase register. You have a purchases of 3100 in the month of April. Since no other purchases have been done during the year, so it is showing the graph only in the month of April. Now the next book is cash and the bank book. It is a very important book. It displays balances as and when transactions that affect cash and bank balances are recorded. To view the cash and bank book, you have to go accounts book under the display on the gateway of Tally. If you press enter on the cash, you can view the monthly ledger summary as well. You can see on the screen the cash and the bank summary. If you click F1 condensed on the vertical bar, it will be in condensed form. Here on the screen you can see it is a detailed form where cash is showing cash in hand group, cash and bank account has PNB bank account. This is the ledger monthly summary, month wise, April, May, June, July. You can see the opening balance and in the month of April how much debit has been done and how much credit has been done and the available balance now. You can also see this information in the form of graphs also. The next is the statement of accounts, that is outstanding. Outstanding displays the receivable and payables of the business or firm. They are very important part of the working capital and they also help in knowing about the financial health as well as the short-term liquidity position of the firm or business. Now, how to view the outstandings? You have to go to Gateway of Tally. Within Gateway of Tally, there is display. Within display, there is statement of accounts. Within statement of accounts, you can find the outstandings. Outstanding will be having 4 things: receivable, payables, ledger and group. On the screen, you can see display menu, statement of accounts. Statement of accounts, once clicked, will give you outstanding. Within outstanding, the 4 things: receivable, payables, ledger or group. Bills receivable and payables display the basically sundry debtors and creditors bill wise till date. To view bill wise detail, you have to set this option as yes under the accounting feature. On the screen, you can see the bills outstanding, date wise and all the required details are also mentioned. This is a very detailed form. If you want the information in a concise manner or in a condensed form, please click F1 condensed on the screen on the vertical button bar. You can see the bills payable. In a similar way, you can view the ledgers and the group wise outstanding as well. Last is the statistics. Statistics helps in knowing the total masters and vouchers created for business transaction. To view the statistics, you have to go to Gateway of Tally, then display, then statement of accounts. You can see the statistics, types of voucher and types of account. You can see the number of entries done for the contra voucher, the credit note, debit note and so on. Similarly, you can see the types of account and how many entries have been done. You can also view stock summary by clicking the stock summary on Gateway of Tally under the reports. Stock summary will give you the total view of the available stock or inventory with you. On the screen, you can see we have 2 main items, that is bulbs and tube lights, and all the details regarding these 2 stock items are available after entering all transactions. You can also view receipt and payment account under the display menu. If you want to view receipt and payment account regarding your company, it will give you all the details and you can use it for the further analysis. Now the last is the restore and backup. Whatever data you have stored in a particular company, that data needs to be backed up, and in case of any failure, you can restore this data. Now what is basically a backup? Backup is nothing but it is a simple process of creating a copy at some different location, so that in case your data is lost or if your data is corrupted, you can recover that data from that different location. You can take the data either daily or weekly or monthly depending upon your business need. If you are entering into a large number of transactions every day, it is advisable to do the backup daily. In case you are having moderate amount of transaction, you can take the data weekly, and if you are having very less amount of transaction, you can back up the data monthly also. This is similar to what we do nowadays with our mobiles. Even in mobiles, we back up data that in case we change the mobile, all the videos, photos, contacts, etc. are backed up on our new mobile. Backup, therefore, can be done in 2 ways, either manually or automatically. To automatically backup the data, you have to set enable auto backup as yes in company info under alter. You can set this option as yes while creating the company initially. In case you have forgotten to do it, you can now go in company info and in alter you can change this setting as yes. Manual backup can be done by going to gateway of Tally, then company info, then backup. The backup companies on disk appears and by default the source folder is set to current location, whereas data files are stored. In destination, enter where data backup need to be stored and press enter. Then select the company or companies from the list of companies you want to create backup for and then end of the list. Now let us discuss restore also in case you have backed up the data. Now there is a data loss or there is a data corruption. How you will restore the data? So restore means that the data will be backup which you have done earlier. This also can be done in two ways, manually or as auto backup also. If you are doing it automatically, then in that case you go to company info and then you can do the restore. The restore companies on disk appears in two sections, backup or auto backup. Backup means that you have to restore manually, and in case you are using auto backup, it means it will be restored automatically. Now in the destination field, specify where data has to be restored, and in source field where data backup is stored, and then select the company or company you wish to restore by either clicking backup or auto backup. Now there is a very important thing which you need to know. Since you can restore the data in two ways, first either manually, then second either automatically. Then whatever you select, whether backup or auto backup for restoring of data, the other will have the end of list. It means that the selected one will have the name of the company or all items. If you want to restore a particular company, then you will select that company name. In case you want to restore all the items, then you will click all the items in case of a backup, or auto back version in case of auto backup. With this we have understood how to backup and restore the data in Tally ERP 9. With this, the computerized accounting is complete. You have successfully created in the first step the masters where you have created ledgers and inventory info related things. In the second step, you have created invoice and you have also created vouchers as per your need. In the third step, you have looked for the reports. Reports are automatically made in the computerized accounting. So in a way, computerized accounting is much more easier than the manual accounting, since it saves you from the hassle of making the reports. But it is very much important to understand that if your step 1 or step 2 has any mistake, then it will not give you the true financial picture of your organization or business or firm. So all the precautions should be taken while doing step 1, that is creating masters, that is ledgers. In ledger creation, please select the group very cautiously. While selecting the vouchers, please select the correct voucher as per the transaction. Also select the right debit or credit in case of doing journal entry in the vouchers. With this, computerized accounting is complete. You are now all set to work on Tally ERP 9. Happy learning, learners.